good morning, everybody, and welcome to Friday, February 23. Just coming on 5 a.m. in the morning, and gonna actually be really quick with this one today. Yesterday, the NVDA, call it what you want, boom, through the all-time highs with the 57-point gap up on the SPX and never looked back as those days come through. You have your gap up algo days. As I was saying yesterday, the best case scenario you're looking at is to close below the open. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to be able to look at only the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P to see that you had an algo day where you don't get a dip. That's just the way that it is. And, out of the 252 trading sessions out of the year and 225, 230, you might be spot on, leave a little money on the table with your trades. These days are going to come. They're going to come, but we knew that we were looking for NVIDIA to face rip the market because that's the way the charts were set up and how we went into territory that we have not been into. And I'll show you how the QQQ went right up and touched the all-time highs. This is the kind of self-help that non-professional traders need. And what I mean by that is the majority of day traders. This is a message from Masood Baumgard.
When you have a bad day, give up. Go home and sleep. Fuck it. Try again tomorrow. Not every bad day can become a good day. Some days are fucked and cannot be unfucked. When you have a day that is fucked beyond repair, that is the universe speaking to you, sending you a message. Listen to the universe. Go home. Save your energy. Tomorrow is another day. For now, just fucking chill.
And so with that intact, understanding that today is Friday, you can fuck yourself by wanting to be involved today, or you could give yourself the peace and tranquility, as I shared yesterday and will be sharing again in the email today, of where the focus and attention should be for anybody that doesn't want to have a headache and would like to make somewhere in the range of 100 to 500 to possibly 900, 1,000% return on one single trade. So S&P 30-day, 30 points, 39, 38, 37, compressed, not able to break out of 40. Boom, we got out of 40 yesterday. We got our 55-point range. Because of that, we finally broke the safe edge. Since we broke the safe edge and closed 3 points above it back on jobs on February 2, got our plus 1% day out of the way. And because that 50, 77, 72 got broken yesterday, despite having shared 5100, 5105 early in the morning, yeah. See you later, Charlie. I wish you the greatest of fucking luck driving your truck. Like I was saying, on the rolls, because you are deep in the money on your rolls and you have a greater than $2.50 credit, you have a free roll, meaning because you have that excessive amount of credit, you can roll that trade to another date without having to incur the entire loss of the $2.50 credit you've taken. And on your roll, you may only be getting $1 credit now, but you're still in the trade. You're still alive in the trade. You basically have a free pass to move this out to a further date. And that was also why I mentioned, if you are into anything that is not in that 55.50, roll it down. And roll it down to 55.50, because as long as that 57-point gap holds, the bulls are going to be stretching for 5,100, greater than that, into the 5180s, which I'll show you here in a minute, as long as that gap does not fill. Full moon is tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it because I sure will be. QQQ, 439.12, highs of the day. 439.14, all-time highs. Missed it by 2 points. And 888, gap up. 888 is the luckiest number you could have over in China. Over here, 888 means you're basically going into the discount of discount of discount stores of brand new stuff. The kind of stuff that you buy that in a week, it's fucking broken. Plus 3.17%. And a lot of people are sitting there going, oh my God, we just went 3%. Again, charts were set up that NVIDIA could come out and say anything they want, and the charts were going to face rip. And where we wound up, as you see, looking at SPX first with your 57-point gap up. This, okay, for those people who don't understand, all right, here you are on Wednesday graduating the 4th grade. And here you are on Thursday, yesterday, entering into your sophomore year of high school. That's what that gap represents. Call it what you want. It is what it is. Now, on my detailed use everyday chart, having seen the SPX go exactly 3%, from the lows over there on Wednesday. 5,136. And what 5,136 represents is it's a Fibonacci retracement in a bullish view of the retracement, which I like to draw, and that is of the entire move from the March lows to the July highs. And it comes out right here at 5,136. Now, I'll show you this on a different view. And here you see the virtually same number, 5,160. And I will zoom out so I can show you what that number represents. 5,160 right here is what I'm looking at. I'll zoom back in as the 1, 2, 3, 4, and this being the extended 5 right up here at 5,160. Lines right up with the other pivot that I have at 5,136. Might be wrong about the number. I think I'm right about the number. But here, you know what? I'll go back and check just so you can see the big, broad picture of this. 5,136 right there. All this in red are all your gaps, and whether you like it or not, all gaps get filled. That's the way the game works. So 5,160 being right here. 5027, again, being what it is, and I'll show you here in a minute, looked very, very good for being able to hold. It did not. Zoom out here onto the bigger, broader view of this, and again, coming off of 2 different bullish views because this is interpreted individually as to where the 1, 2 was from last year, or 2022. I've got one that lines out here where the 200 extension, again, comes out here to 52.1658. On the other one, the 200 extension comes out here, or sorry, I'm wrong on this. I will have to adjust. But the 300 extension over here on the 1, 2 comes out here to 52.11. So 52.11, 52.16 is what now the bullish alternative, which has now become the primary view, will be the focal point with today, or sorry, apologize, tomorrow being the full moon is what everybody will be looking at. What do you keep talking about with these full moons? Okay, well, this is what we're talking about with the full moons and how your full moons very, very, very much come in with where major tops, major bottoms, or call it turning points come in. In white here, you just so happen to have a trend line drawn, which just happens to come off of your highs over here in February into your highs into July, where we are currently. So again, I'm not going to go out there and put my head on a guillotine so that 3 people can be sitting there waiting to say, aha, gotcha. But you get the fucking point. And that's all I'm going to do with that. Over here on the SPY, you can see, again, boom, 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 inverted head and shoulders. Like I said, put your head up your ass. If it smells like roses, go ahead and get into the calls. Hey, look at that. Tim was wrong. Yeah, well, I don't see somebody being able to be confident to be able to throw 10% or 20% of their money into this kind of position. So all of you that were able to put in 1%, couple $100 and plate that trade and say, ha ha, thump your chest, I was right. Congratulations. Great job, Dennis. Over here on the QQQ, again, the view here, ABC, almost a perfect ABC and coming into a flat. And now a 4.15% move in a day off of NVIDIA, with the major gap being here at 433, down to that major 425 support area over on the QQQ, having come 2 points off of the all-time highs. Don't need to really go into why QQQ is your focus point. NVIDIA, again, same thing. NVIDIA, your big gap. Congratulations, Cisco. And quite honestly, you know what? I found that very interesting. I had this shared to me by somebody, so I saved it. And let me pull it up here. Just so happened to be, and I completely forgot about this. On Friday, November 30th, 2001, because I forgot about it because I was 1 month and a couple of days having left the United States, living in Bangkok, enjoying the hell out of my life. And this was right after 9/11. So, condolences to all that. NVIDIA was replacing Enron in the S&P 500. Pretty interesting, huh? So here we are with NVIDIA up here at 806. Again, I don't have anything to project for you for upside on NVIDIA. Your gap is just below the previous all-time highs, which were just the new all-time highs placed over here on February 12th, which is over here at 746. On to the SPX. Again, we've covered all of that. So yeah, I'll move on to the next one. And again, here with the VIX. So here is your visit down to 49.20 back in February 13th. If you remember, February 13th. Go back here onto your charts. Where were we? Oh, yeah, we went down to 49.20. 49.20 right there. Here is your 49.20 visit. This is your recent visit down there to that 49.46 just a couple days ago, 2 days ago. And here is your gap down over on the VIX and holding 14.11. Now, what I think is more appropriate to see is how at the end of the day yesterday, as you're going in here to 2 o'clock, you see the VIX climbing into that gap. We're at all-time highs. We're making moves up higher. Everything is completely bullish. Then ask yourself, why has the VIX not broken down? Why is the VIX still holding up here in this 14? So everybody's expecting the VIX to get crushed today, which used to be how it worked. So you want to get into a safe trade today on spreads because you want to be involved today. 51.40 calls, 51.35 calls. They're at 10 cents right now. You might get 15. You might even be able to get a quarter if we can get a push up into the 5100s. That's your safest of safe trades that you can go and take. You want to take a little bit of risk. You want to be involved. You want to trade on Friday. You want to watch every minute of the 6.5 hours the market's going to be open. Buy the 5105 calls, sell the 5100 calls. You're getting better than $1, which unfortunately is only 25% on your money. That's all that it is. You got $4 at risk. You're getting $1 credit. It's 25% anywhere else in the world. That does math the way that math is supposed to be done. So again, with the VIX, I question that. Here on the IWM, I've left this here on here because this was your gap up from the NVIDIA explosion. And they filled it. They filled it yesterday. And as you can see with the IWM, every time it goes and visits above the 2024 open, which is the beginning of this year, calendar year that we are in, which was 199.40, and every visit above 199.40 just gets shipped back down on below. So bigger, broader, wider view as to coming off of your October lows over here. Again, you're holding, you're trolling, but You get that break down there, down in the low 190s and below 190. The shit is on the fan. Somebody just needs to turn the power button on. That's all that they need to do. And while we're here, why not? We're here. Why not? You remember how it used to be that Apple was so important, not NVIDIA? Well, here you are with Apple, and Apple, again, is not looking good. They are not looking good in any way, shape, or form. Here is your Apple move off of NVIDIA yesterday. Thursday, here's your gap up, your Wednesday lows. You've come right to the 10-day moving average. Let's put some more on here just so that we can see where we're at. And again, you're holding the 200-day moving average midday yesterday into the close, and you're breaking below it with the 10-day, the 100-day, the 20-day, and the 50-day moving averages up above you. Apple, doesn't matter anymore. It's all about NVIDIA. So I bring you on to the TNX, the 10-year treasury. 10-year treasury is saying, dude, you are going to get 5%, which we were already at 49.97, and you are going to get it up higher, well above that as we go into this year, because inflation is not over with. You can see that in your email over here, which I'll share an image with you. And here is your TLT. Now, TLT is coming down to that 2009-2010 support level, which I will zoom you out again. And over the weekend, if you seriously are interested in knowing and understanding about what you're trading, why you're trading, how you're trading it, study on TLT. Find out what it's all about. Find out what TNX is all about. It's your money. It's not mine. I'm plenty secure to be able to turn the internet off and never, ever go online ever again. If you want to be in that kind of position, all I suggest is take advantage of it. I will be doing one-on-one calls this weekend. There's no question about that. I will be doing one-on-one calls this weekend, having been gone last week. I'll do them on Saturday morning. I will do them on Saturday night. I will do them on Sunday morning. I will do them on Sunday night. I will dedicate my weekend, all of my free time, to doing one-on-one calls. To whoever wants them, send me a private message. I'm happy to do them. Next week, I will not be doing them because I will be flying down to Cebu, and I will be meeting up with one of our club members, Jim Hoyt, who's going to be over there providing free surgeries, which he does every year, as they and a team of doctors fly over, and they provide plastic surgery for people with cleft chins, other ailments as far as physical disabilities. And I'm going to be flying over there on Saturday morning actually, I'm going to be flying there Friday after the market closes, landing there at around 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be there the whole day Saturday. I'll be flying back on Sunday, and I want a day off, so I won't be doing one-on-one calls next weekend. So enjoy your weekend, enjoy yourself, and don't forget to get your Wheeler Walker groove on.